on EA Sports. It's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Minnesota Vikings. Taking it about the 1. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Throwing on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A huge play there right off the bat.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
And I'll bet right now it's just one thought in his mind.
Win the game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions,
no,
right?
2 touchdown passes last week.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won.
They'll run on first down. Means. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On 1st and 10, Anderson. Complete. This is Mitchell. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after, right down the middle. And it will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Miami. Field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
On third down. Means he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. To throw is Ward on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both run. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. Looking to throw. Anderson being chased at, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard.
What took so fucking long?
But more importantly, it leads to 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's been a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him, because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, they're stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Anderson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but if the ball's in the air, they treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now Anderson looking to throw on second down. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On first down. Means, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Anderson to throw on 2nd down. On the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This will be taken at the 10. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Ward now on 1st and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. And even 90 yards. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice, healthy lead.
Well, after the first drive, we thought things might be clicking. They're really clicking at this point. They're clicking about as much as they can click.
And right
I just
now,
said click a lot.
Yes, you did, but that's okay because The guy who's coordinating the defense, trying to slow them down.
Good luck.
He's going to have hair that looks like mine very soon. Not much of it.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now they'll run on the draw. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. To throw is Anderson. To throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position. 1st and 10. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They've been able to move. Throwing on 1st down. Ward. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played.
How fast is this guy? Fucking shitting me. Are you fucking kidding? Fucking ridiculous. Just fucking ridiculous.
I mean, the defense too, really, but they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get...
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Anderson. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for the Dolphins. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of Nick.
Look at how far he comes. Just unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. Unfucking believable. Acceleration 85. What's wrong with this fucking shit? This guy's running in just a straight fucking line. Straight fucking line.
explosive play. Most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Dialed up the fullback dive that time. We'll see what they go to on 3rd down from the 1.
Yeah, they may have dialed it.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. It's the fullback. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, it leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Miami set to take over. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Back to throw. Anderson. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. The Vikings send out their punter. as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And it's fielded at the 34. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Check the backer, check the backer.
25, check 25, check 25.
Now Warren throwing on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown Dolphins. A great effort there. 49 yards. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Means, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off play action. Anderson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3. This remains a large deficit. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now. and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Here's Warren on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for Miami. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Going to give this time to the tailback. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. On third down, Turner, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. You know, normally he's probably pretty happy with his performance at this point. He's played pretty well. Bottom line, they're down on the scoreboard, so I'm guessing he's not that happy.
No, the fantasy owners who have him for this week, well, they're happy.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. Anderson. And he's got his target, Harris. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 81 yards. And
How the fuck is he all by himself? Oh my God, bullshit. You've got to be kidding me. Bull fucking shit. That's fair. First of all, he's 99. Second of all,
Vikings are able to get a score back. No problem there on the extra point. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And the good news, his team's winning. And the bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward.
Check 26, check 26.
Ward on 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. 72 yards. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes, someone delivering it accurately, offensive line giving him time to throw the ball. A true team record, but he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
On 1st down, Anderson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Anderson loses the football, but a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. On 1st and 10, Moore. He's going to rifle one deep left side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Moore. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
To throw is Ward. A final shot before break. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Means. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 46 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards left on 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
After watching that play result, it took me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and we asked him, so how you plan to move the ball against this defense?
He didn't really tip his hand, did he?
No, he didn't. I think it's because he really didn't have an answer. He wasn't quite sure how he was going to get it done, and that play showed us exactly why he was worried.
Yeah, this number 1 deep. They can put that on their highlight reel. They have been able to stop the run all season long. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Looking to throw. Anderson. This is intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
That's all you do? That's all you do? You call that a block?
So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
On first down, it's Turner. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
36. He's coming. Double up.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
24 is the mic.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 2nd and 3 from the 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. A try here for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. That time a 6-play drive and a 9-yard run on the end of it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 2nd down now, Means, and he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Anderson had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff here to his running back. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or two shy. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No.
Look at this fucking shit. It's you. You. Chasing an asshole that's already by me. And then look at this motherfucker. Who the fuck is this? But most importantly, this fucking guy.
They're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Anderson now throwing on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Anderson from the gun on 3rd down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. Little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Dolphins. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Anderson. He gets it complete to Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. A great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Anderson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. He's picked off at his own 47, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
He's checking credit.
Check 37. Check 37.
On 2nd down, it's Turner. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold.
That's fucking ridiculous. Look at this fucking shit. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
Because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. With touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now Anderson on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 37.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Back to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
And he'll have a Dolphins first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the run.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And some room to roam now. And he's taken down inside the 30. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you that they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be... Second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 45 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the give, this is their fullback. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true, because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more. But sometimes you have such a great first half, you expect it to continue to roll, and it doesn't just happen that easily in the second.
But they have been able to shut him down, at least as of late. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. From the gun on 3rd down. Anderson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw again. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I noticed you used
under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
that right now. That's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.